So
This conference will now be recorded.
different opportunities with the Ab Initio, right? So we have discussed each and everything. Coming to the day one, our ETL process starts. Okay. So we are aware E stands for extraction, T stands for transformation, L stands for loading, right? So if I want to extract the data need to be present, right? See, in real time we'll be having separate source team, okay? But here we are only the developer, here only the source team, here only the database admin team, the database team, etc. Right? So here let me create few sample data for my extraction process. Okay, so the sample data what I'm taking is 1 Anil 100 India male 10. Okay, 2 Ganesh 200 India male 20. Okay, 3 Vishal. Okay, 300 India male 30. Okay, so these are the three sample records I want to get extracted into my graph. So basically, wherever graph means nothing but one client requirement that we developed in the ETL level, I mean with the help of GDE ETL process, that will be called as graph. So in this graph, I want to extract these three data, these three records. Okay, let me close this. Right, so these are the three records I want to extract into my GDE. I want to make to extract, and I want to transform, I want to load. Okay, so right, I will be saving this in some level, okay, in some desktop level, notepad, copy paste, and while saving this, see there my cursor is highlighting after 30, correct? Just to give some enter and save that. Okay, save that. So I'm mentioning something like 9 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m. mentioning the file name. Okay, this is my file. Okay, so basically right, this is the three records I want to extract. So will Ab Initio able to understand this? Means no, of course no. Even we humans, what is this column? Right, what is this column? We need to assume, correct? We need to assume what is this column, what is this column, what is this column. We need to assume, correct? So but Ab Initio is a tool. That's not like artificial intelligence kind of right. Here we need to declare, what is this first column. Okay, what is this second column, what is this third column, right? So as per the data present here, I am assuming my first column is something like serial number 1 to 3. My second column is like name or names. Second column name like Anil Ganesh Vishal. Third column is transactions done by them. Fourth location is location where they have done the transactions. Fifth column is gender, their gender, and last column is department number. As per my assumption, I have declared the column names for each and every column names for each and every column, and this is something under numeric type. This is something under string type, ABCDs. This is again numeric. This is again like alphabeticals, right? Alphabets. So whatever serial number, right? That is under like numeric, right? So that will be or need to be declared as decimal. Whatever alphabets that need to be mentioned as string. Okay, so let me provide a decimal at each and every, right, at each and every numeric columns, right? See the numeric column. Transactions is numeric column and department number is a numeric column. Correct? So numeric column. The same way, string columns near alphabetical list. Correct? Location is something like India. Gender is something like male. So everything is alphabetical. Okay. Next point is if you see this data, if you consider this record, one is one column, Anil is one column, 100 is one column, India is how we are telling that? How we are telling that? Because there was a data separator. Correct? Here, comma is the data separator. In the technical terminology, this will be called as delimiter. In the terminology, either in the any terminology, that means in the ETL perspective. So if you go for Informatica, talent, some other also, that is called as delimiter only. Okay, data separator will be called as a delimiter in the terminology. So what is this? It is a data separator for meaning. Right? For meaning purpose, we'll be dividing the data, right? And usually, right, here what is the data separator means comma. Correct? Here what is the data separator means comma. Usually in 90-95% projects, any ETL project, not only in Ab Initio, any ETL projects, comma is the delimiter for sure. 90-95% projects, comma will be the default delimiter. Okay, so you can see a data that was divided meaningfully, right? That was divided meaningfully. How means? So there was a comma is the delimiter. Anil, so any other delimiters are present or we may use in the projects means yes. We'll be using pipe as the delimiter. We may use tilde as the delimiter. We may use a combination of pipe and tilde delimiter. We may use a space also delimiter. These are the five different DMLs. These are the five different DMLs, sorry, delimiters that will be used in our projects. That means see that the place of comma, right? First mentioned pipe, that is called right. Right, everything should be under pipe only as per the standards. Anil, here I will be using comma, here I will be using pipe, here I will be using tilde, means no. That kind of conventions you will not be seeing, because you are writing delimiter based upon one code. Correct? You are writing the DML based upon one delimiter. Correct? That's why your code or your development, what you structure for this data should be given under the same, right? So how to define means, in the brackets, in between the quotes, you need to mention your comma as a delimiter, right? After the decimal and before the column name. Okay, for the column name you need to provide the comma delimiter as in the quotes. Okay, in the brackets, in between the quotes you need to mention. Moreover, at end of the each column, that should be given with a semicolon, not colon, semicolon. Okay, and by default, my thing will be started with record and will be ending with end. And the very last point is at end of the column, that need to be provided with slash and represents, that's like end of the columns. That is like end of the columns. And here my Ab Initio was installed under Windows environment. Okay, right? So we can see this is my Windows only. Correct? Windows XP. Correct? This is Windows XP. So my Ab Initio was installed under Windows environment. I need to provide in the last level slash or also. Why? Because when data is read by the Ab Initio in the Windows environment, and when the data right, read by the Ab Initio in the Unix environment, behavior is bit different. Behavior is a bit different. Number of characters will be different while extractions. That's why you will be not seeing this slash or in the projects. You will be not seeing slash or in the real-time projects. Why? Because there it is totally secured environment. You will be working on the latest version, and you will be working on the latest operating system, and you will be working under the operating system installed under Unix, not Windows or some other level. Clear? That's why you don't need to use slash or in the projects. Since my content explaining demo version was mentioned in the Windows environment, whenever I'm creating a DML, so basically this is structure for the right, this is structure for my existing. Okay, so now Abnishu will be able to understand this. Now Abnishu will be able to understand this, to read this data. Whatever I created here, that will be called as DML. That will be called as DML. Full form is data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. Okay. Okay. So what is this means? So in order to read the data present in some file, which is 9am file, Ab Initio need the DML, and this is the DML we have created. Let me repeat one more time. So here I'm having some data. Guys, remember, source team is responsibility for creation of a source. That means data, whether 3 records, 300 records, 3000 records, 3 million records, 3 lakh records, there is no issue. We will be writing the single DML for the 3 lakh records or 3 million records also. No issue. But DML will be same for the 3 lakh records. It's a source team responsibility to provide the source, and we, the developer, will be taking care from the DML level. And Anil, here you have taken some sample data and you assume first thing serial number, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, right? Some column. But in real time, who will be providing me the column names? And let me think transactions. That is under decimal. Right? Who will be providing that minimal details also? Right? So third column I have assumed as the transactions, and that is under, I've taken decimal. Right? I have taken like decimal. What need to be declared? What is the type of column that need to be declared? Who will be providing means that will be given in the document, development document. Development document is not a small sheet. It will be a very big lengthy sheet. Okay, so Excels, nothing but Excels. Okay, in the single Excel you will be seeing multiple tabs. Right there you can see all these kind of minimal details. So okay, use a 9am file. Use 9am file. For this 9am file, column, take first column as serial number, second column as name, third column is transactions, fourth, fifth, sixth. Details will be clearly given to you. You need to just type it. Anil, why Anil? Because I need to particularly follow some, like code. I mean, like document means. Let me think. Here I have declared small name or names in my DML code. That is in the Ab Initio code. If database team creates like capital NAMES in the small, that's an issue. Because Ab Initio will not be able to map capital N with small n. That's why when a requirement is given, when an enhancement or when a requirement is coming into a project, not only ETL development team will be present. Database team, ETL team, reporting team, business admin analyst, that means BA team, client, lot of teams will be present in the requirement discussion or enhancement discussion. Enhancement is already the code is present. What is the kind of modifications need to be done, that there will be discussed. If it is a new kind of, if it is like new kind of requirement, that's a requirement discussion. right? That's why as per the project standards the document will be given. Don't get confused, don't get confused. If you're having 60 columns, 60 column names with small letters, capital letters, everything will be given to you. No need to worry. Usually while creation of a thing, right, I will be copy and pasting the column names. Why? Because I'm human. I may do some typo error, correct? I may do some typo error. That's why while creating the DML, I will be copy and pasting this from the this one. They will not be providing Anil take this as decimal, take this as string. They will be mentioning this serial number is a numeric column, names is alphabetical columns. But I am the Ab Initio developer. I need to understand this should be decimal, this should be strings. Clear, Vishal and Ganesh?
Yes, Anil.
Right? Yeah. Hi Lakshmi. I see you joined bit. No problem. Right, so this is the structure or the format needed for the Ab Initio to read either 3 records, 3 lakh records. Source will be given to you. We need to create our own DML according to the, of course, project standards, right? So DML is this. So actually this is my GD, this is my GD. I want to extract the data, correct? For the extraction process, if the data is present in the Unix level, you will be taking care of input file. For the extraction process, if the table, if the data is present in some table, I will be taking help of input table. As of now, my table is present in the Windows file system only. There Unix also some file system, here Windows also some file system, right? Desktop, right? That's a file system only. Okay, so if I want to extract the data from the file system, nothing but I will be using the input file component. If you double click on the input file component, you can see some LO thing. You can see total, you can see 3 tabs: description tab, access tab, ports tab. Description tab, you can see URL that do with yellow. What is this yellow means? That is called to do queue in the Ab Initio terminology. Okay, that is called to to okay, to the queue. Okay, to the queue. So what is that means? See, intention of input file is to extract the data, right? Intention of input file component is to extract the data. So here URL means for to from the which path level data need to be extracted, correct? From which path level data need to be extracted. So if you don't provide this URL, that means from which location the data need to be extracted. If you don't mention this, then what is the use of this input file component, correct? That's why wherever you see LO, that means you need to fulfill that values for sure in order to work with that component. Clear? What is to do queue? To do queue means until unless value is passed there, your component will not work. Okay, so I am aware my file is present in the 9am desktop, so but I need the exact path, right? Properties, you can see the exact path location. Okay, so copy, go to this level, paste, see there. Now you can see yellow thing was removed, right? Slash 9am dot txt, because that is notepad, right? That is notepad means that will be dot txt extension. Okay, see that there is no yellow thing. But Anil, we written this DML, right? Where I need to use means that it need to be used in the input file ports tab, that need to be used in the, see in the description tab I mentioned my URL where the source data is present. In the ports tab, I need to go with the embedded format. I need to select the embedded. If I want to write my DML here itself, see there, when I click on the new, see there, record and end is auto generated, right? Record and end is auto generated. In between that, I need to write my respective DML, correct? Respective column structure, right? So let me remove total. See, so if I see that this is very small, if I type here something, right? If I type here something that is very small, that's why I have not written here. I have used the Wattpad. I'm just copying pasting here. Everything is same. Okay, right? I'm just copying pasting here. So save this. See, see, wherever you are having typing concept in Ab Initio, there you are having the validation option. See there, validation record format is okay. Let me do something wantedly. Let me remove the, okay, semicolon for the names. Okay, when I validate, see there, there was a error in line 4, like decimal of transactions. Okay, it was unable to read this. Why? Because I removed the transactions, I mean I removed the colon down to the, I mean above to the transactions. Correct? That's why there was error. See there, if I do some typo error something in this level, if I do some typo, right, validator, you can see here DEIMAL is not supported or not expected token. It was unable to syntax wise, it was unable to understand, because that's a clearly typo error, right? That's why if you're writing a function, if you're writing a DML, for writing some code, there itself you are having the validator option. Wherever you are typing, there you are having the validator option in the Ab Initio. It will be clear for us. No need to come here and there. If the code was failed at some level, right, and instead of validating, if I don't have this validation kind of option, I need to search here and there. Every logic I need to search. Correct? Correct. That's why wherever you're typing, there validation is possible. You need to validate and you need to go to the next. Okay, so I think I'm clear with my, I think I'm clear with my, I called my 9am file correctly, and I called my, and I called my, and I used the correct format of the DM. I want to cross check, right? In that case, what I will be doing, I will be right clicking view data. See there, you can adjust this to like 95 something like that. Okay, you can adjust that, or you can, in the drop down you can see till end of the records or 100 or 10. Okay, anything is fine. Anything is fine, just click as 100. You can see here my structure, right? See there, my data: 1 Anil, 100 India, male 10, 2 Ganesh, and 3 Vishal. Was my DML not reflected here? See there, serial number, names, transaction, location, gender, department. My DML is reflected, and my data also I can see. That means I called my correct file, 9am file, and called my whatever DML I created is correct. Primary validation only. If you are having 3 million columns, you will be scrolling down. Yes, of course, you will be having the option some scrolling. Okay, in real time, because you will be dealing with millions of records, right? So you no need to scroll down. Just primary validation, whether you called the correct file and correct DML. That's it. Primary validation. So remember, whatever DML written here, that is valid for the total 3 million records, 3 lakh records, or 3 records, because record format is same for all the 3 million records. So I will be using the DML. I will be writing the DML for at least 1 2 records. We consider also same will be applicable. Same will be applicable. Sometimes I'm having only 5 columns here. See that? I'm having only 5 columns here. These kind of records are called malformed records. These kind of records are called malformed records. We need to handle that with the transform components. In the input file level, we cannot do anything, but in the transform components, that will fail. Okay, in the day 2 we'll be discussing. Okay, this is day 1, right? So in the day 2 we'll be discussing this kind of points. Okay, so remember, so if any columns not is equal to DML, so I'm having 6 columns, correct? I'm having 6 columns in my DML. So if any record is having less than 6 columns or greater than 6 columns, these kind of records are called malformed records. This submission will not be handling. Why? Because these are, I clearly provided 6 columns, but until here you provided 7 columns, here you provided 5 columns. Submission will not be surely able to understand. Whenever this kind of record comes into picture, Ab Initio fails. I mean my graph fails. I need to handle this. I need to ignore this kind of malformed records or unwanted records for my transformation purpose. Okay. Of course, we'll be discussing these points in the day 2. Okay. So for now, let me put my details back, which is 6 records. Sorry, 6 columns in each and every column or record level. Okay. I also mentioned one point, guys. What is that? While saving the file, that need to be highlighted in a new row, correct? While saving the file, that need to be highlighted in the new row, and I need to save. Why? Because if let me take backspace, see there backspace, right? If I save this, if I view the data now, you can see clearly there was some issue. See there, see there. So incomplete record at end of the file. Why? Because 30 is comes under this row only. 30 comes under this row only. So if you're not providing any space here, that's an issue. That's why I have like I created a new line. This is a new line now, correct? This is a new line. So save this. Now if you see the data, there will be no issue. Remember, we are only the source team. That's why I'm highlighting each and every point while creation of a source also. Right? So actually, since I'm providing the trainings from past 4+ years, right? Already sources are pre-existent. Sources are present in the okay. So that is present in the C files, right? See that all these are different sources and different DMLs, scenarios, different scenarios, different DMLs, different sources. You can use the pre-existing one. No nil. I want to create on my own. I want to get some deeper knowledge. Means no issue. So we have discussed that kind of points also. How to create some source based upon some DML. Clear? I'm good with my extraction process. Of course, extraction not I have started. Okay, but I have validation was input. So I want to load the file. Transformation from tomorrow day 2 will be discussing on the day 2. I mean for the transformation part, I want to load this data into some level for the file system, of course, not the table. If I want to load the table, I will be using output table component. If I want to load the data into the file system, I will be using the output file component. Okay, so I'm removing output table component. So see there when I click on the output table component, so there also you can see the same tabs: description tab, access tab, ports tab. Okay, description tab, you can see same URL with the 2D queue. That means until unless some value is passed, my output file will not start loading. Correct? So I will be saving my things in the right C files outputs. C files outputs. I will be loading my loaded data. See there. Just click, just attach here one to one from input file to output file. Go to the ports tab. So what I have done. So in the input file ports tab, I have gone and I have written my DML. Correct? So DML is must needed for any of the component. DML is must needed because data need to be propagated, right? If Ab Initio wants to understand the data, right, the DML also needed. That's why DML will be auto propagated from left to right along with the data. Data also from left to right, correct? So if you see the port step of the output file, data is DML is auto populated. DML is auto. Why? Because you can see the option the port step propagate from neighbor. Propagate from neighbor means in the flow whatever DML is populating, that DML will be auto populated to the next flow, from the next component to the next component, from the next component to the next component. Right? Because of the propagate from neighbor option, you can see the DML whatever we have written in the input. Embedded means if I want to write the DML here itself, I can click on the embedded, I can click on the edit or new. Right? If the DML is already existing in some level, just click on the path, click on the browse option, click on the browse option. Automatically, whatever wherever you saved, right, you can see that respective DMLs. If you go with the propagate from neighbor option, the DML will be moved from left to right. Because of that property, my DML is auto propagate. Of course, same as means if you use I am thinking 5 components here. If you want to use the one of the components DML for this component, I can use the same as. So let me take one component. Let me think reformat. Okay, let me take something like reformat. If I go to the ports tab, same as, right, you can see the all components that is in the GD. See there, input file, output file, reformat. If you want to use the reformat thing, right, you can just select according to your requirements. Okay, so right. right? So right, when I run my graph, my extraction and loading need to be happen as per my requirement, correct? As per my requirement, my input and this one will be started, right? See there, see there. So my output got loaded, that is blue means nothing but that is success. So right click, view data, right click, view data, click OK. You can see your 3 records, Anil, Vishal, Ganesh, correct, correct. My process for loading and extraction is successful. My process loading and extraction is successful. For extracting the data from file, I will be using input file. For extracting the load into the file level, I will be using output file. Tabs wise same, here 3 tabs, here 3 tabs, there is no issue at all. There is no issue at all. So clear guys regarding extraction and loading process?
ఓకే అండి.
Yeah, so any questions?
No, sir.
Yeah, Anil, can I continue in
Yeah.
Telugu?
Yes, no problem, Ganesh.
యా, అవుట్పుట్ ఫైల్ మనం తీసుకున్నాం కదా.
Hmm.
సో మన అవుట్పుట్ ఫైల్లో ఏమి రాయం. ఇన్పుట్ నుంచి అదే ఇన్పుట్లో నుంచి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు అవుట్పుట్ ఫైల్లో ఆటోమేటిక్గా లోడ్ అవుతుందండి.
Correct.
యా, ఓకే. సో వాట్
Okay.
ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ బై ఏ అండి? ఇన్పుట్ నుంచి
N by
అవుట్పుట్ ఎన్ బై ఏ.
if I use, yes, if I use any reformat component, right, I can see the flow here from 3 records, 3 records. Let me show you since you asked, right? So like that is for viewing purpose only, that is n by a, but 3 records will be populated. Let me show you. If I use any transform component, I can see the details, clear details. Now I execute my graph, right? I can see my 3 records flow, right? See that 3. So if you generally map like input file to output file, right, that is the conventions, that's it. But flow wise level, you can see 3 and 3 records only every time.
యా, ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
Okay, yeah. So like
Yeah.
let me open backend, let me open backend, see files, outputs, ou1.txt, right? See there, June 22nd 9:48 a.m. No, that was created, right? 9:48 a.m. that was now created. So see there, one more important thing,
ఆటోమేటిక్గా క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది అది అనిల్.
automatically create అవుతుంది. Yes. Okay, so one more beautiful concept with Ab Initio is, even though file is not existed, see that I'm deleting this file which is ou1.txt. Okay, right, right. Ab Initio will be able to create the file, right? See there, if I go right, you can see ou1.txt that was created now 9:49. Okay,
ఓకే
why? Because in the output file access tab, so we have a description tab, we are providing the URL. In the ports tab, we are providing the DML, correct? So access tab, you can see few new parameters, okay, few new things. Delete file if it exists, create a file if it does not, that is auto checked, correct? I just clicked on the access tab and you can see that was auto checked. If the file is already existed ou1.txt file, that will be deleted, and after that will be recreated. Create file if it does not exist and delete file if it exists. Because of this option, Ab Initio will be able to create the file if does not existed, and even though that file is existed, that will be recreated. That means deletion and creation of file will be happen. With the output file only, you don't have that kind of things in the input file. You are having some other thing, delete file after job ends. That of course we'll be discussing that points also. Okay, so I have started in output file, right? Then let's discuss on this part. Okay, when you see the access part, you can see delete file. If it exists, create file, that means if the file is pre-existed, that will be deleted and recreated. If the file is not existed, Ab Initio is having the capability to create the file. Why? Because you can see that is auto checked. Okay. Other point is maintain exclusive access. Maintain exclusive access is nothing but while loading the file, if you want to put specific permissions to the specific users, that means if you see here file protection, right? So based upon this, this maintain exclusive. So if I enable this option, this file protection will be enabled. That means, let me think, user means Ab Initio admin team, group means production support team, other means like development team, BA team, and testing team, right? So if you want to provide respective permissions to respective team, you can use maintain exclusive access. Usually in the projects, full permissions will be given to the user. Production support team also will be given full permissions. Development team, some other team will be given with read only kind of permissions. Remember, if you want to maintain this kind of exclusive access, whatever file loaded here, whatever file created, right? If that need to be given with this kind of permissions, enable this option. Read write execution full permissions for Ab Initio admin team. Production support team with read and write full permissions, but read only permission with the other teams like development team, QA team, etc. Can go with this kind of approach. Clear? Maintain exclusive access. Okay. Next point is append output to the end of the file when writing. So let me think. Already 10 records are present in my output file. What is file? ou1.txt. Already existed file. I want to append the data. What is meant by appending? Now 3 records is there. So I want to load the data from the 11th position. Okay. I want to load the data from the 11th position. In that case, what I will be doing, in the access tab, I will be enabling this append. I will be deletion. Deletion should not be done, correct? If the deletion is happened, how the old thing will be considered, correct? So I can either I can disable both things, no issue. But appending will be happened when you mention this only. Now after load completes, from the fourth record level, the load will be happening. Don't roll back file if job fails. Means this is entirely different topic. We'll be discussing at the time of rollback and recovery mechanism. Separate 15-30 minutes topic is that we'll be discussing. For now, remember one kind of requirement, one kind of option we need to be used. Clear? Basically, one more thing I want to highlight here, guys. In real time, we will be going with the existing access tab only. We will not touch access tab either in the input file or output. We will be not touching the input file, output file. For sure, access tab that will be gone with the general way only. Why? Because if I unknowingly clicked this delete file after job runs, that means when I enable this option in the input file, right? When I enable this option in the input file, when I run my file, when my job, when I run my graph, my load will be success. But if you see our 9 a.m. file is not present, that was deleted because only or unknownly you enabled the delete file after job runs, which is not good for the development. That's why you will not touch access tab either in the input file or output file. But Anil, you mentioned maintain exclusive access. That is a very important thing, right? Maintain exclusive access while that is important thing, right? So basically in the real time, what will be happening, I will be maintaining respective access for my URL. For this path, I will be providing the needed access as this. I will be take caring of this right access for this tab, for this URL automatically. If I go to that URL, I cannot modify. I'm the developer, right? I'm the developer. I'm given with the read only kind of access. First, how I'm going to that level means because I'm going with that path. I'm given with the read only kind of access. since I have given it the read-only kind of access, I can go to that path. I can read the details. What are the files present in that path level? See files, outputs. If I want to edit, I cannot edit. If I want to execute, I cannot execute. Why? Because these are not handled in this path level. See files, outputs. Right? So that is the thing. That's why you will not be using the maintain exclusive access in the output file also. That will be handled in the production level with the help of path only. Whatever given with the path permission, the same thing will be happen for every file also. If you want to edit it, you cannot edit. Why? Because the path was given with read only permissions for the outer case, which is BA team, SID team, development team, etc. Correct? So just remember for the input file or output file, for the input file or output file, I will be using description tab and ports tab only, not access tab. One more thing I want to highlight, guys. Ab Initio is having the capability to create file. Ab Initio is having the capability to create. If the path is not existed, path will not be created. Okay, so like general kind of questions I will be getting on the from different students is this one also. Okay, so Anil, the file is not existed, right? That's fine, that will be created. If path is not existed, means see that in the place of output I'm mentioning as outputs. Okay, outputs I'm mentioning that file is not existed. See there, this is my output path, right? Output path I have declared here outputs, right? So that means path is not existed. Let's see the error. You can see the error, output file or directory is not existed. No such file or directory, right? Sorry guys, no such file or directory, right? So remember, right? So remember, if the file is not present, also there will be error. If the path is not present, also there will be error. Why? Because Ab Initio is having the capability to create a file but not the path, see now error is that 9am file is not existed. And see there, 9am file, earlier I mentioned that that file is present, right? So unknownly I have deleted with the access tab. Delete file if job runs, correct? After job runs, right? Here also you can see maintain exclusive truncate file forward when reading. That means I'm having 3 million records. Every record it is reading, that need to be deleted. Every record is reading, that need to be deleted. Go with truncate. Maintain exclusives. Actually this is not enabled in my input file level, you can ignore. Okay, ultimate thing is I will not touch access tab either in the input file or output file. Only thing is I will be using the description tab and ports tab in the both input file output file. Okay, no need to worry about this. Since Ganesh asked me, Anil, what is n by a means, I have taken some transform component to show the details. 3 records are populating. Okay, so any questions on this extraction and loading part? Extraction wise I have taken input file, loading wise I have taken output file. Why? Because my data is present in the Windows file system desktop level, correct? That's why I have taken input file. So we are having separate 2-hour sessions for the database components. No need to worry. So Anil, why are you not covering? Means the separate 2-hour session is there for the database components. 6 different components are there. We will be taking some examples. There also will be going with multiple things. Need to know some lot of things in the parameters level. Okay, clear guys? Any question? Ganesh, Vishal, Lakshmi?
Yeah,
No, sir.
no.
Okay. Okay, fine. We should be good, right? Any questions? So like this is the day one. Okay, this is the day one. In the day one, we'll be discussing ENL process, how to extract the data, how to create the source, how to extract the data, and why input file I am using, why not input table, right? That also we have discussed, right? Right? Yeah, guys. So yeah, Lakshmi, you unmuted. Any question?
No, I'm clear.
Okay, fine. So like Lakshmi, can I have your introduction, please? That's for my basic understanding only. So can I know your introduction?
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Nagalakshmi. I have overall 5.2 years of experience in ETL and big data testing. And I have an 1 year experience of Ab Initio also. That's all.
Okay, so like as of now, you want to switch the job, or internally, like already job is present, you want to enhance your skills, or how that
So
is?
I want to switch the job. Most of it
Switch.
I'm getting a calls for Ab Initio developer. That's why I have to choose.
Correct. Correct. See, ab initio level, we are having multiple roles also. Okay. So like ab initio admin team will be there, testing team will be there, and development team will be there. Right. So usually developers will be having more number of opportunities and packages also. Well, compared with the testing team and admin team. Admin team, out of 10 members, right? Out if a project, right? Admin team will be 3 to 4 members, not more than that. Testing also 3 to 4 members, but admin developers, right? At least 10 to 15 developers. In my team, total 15 members are there. Yeah. So reporting, respect to reporting team will be there, no, testing team will be there, etc. That is different. Okay. So something like so, initial development wise, lot of opportunities, a lot, and package is also very good. For 3 plus, you can get 10, around 10 to 12, around 10 to 12. Okay, yeah. So Vishal, can I have an introduction, please?
Hello.
Yeah, hey.
Sir, I have completed my 1 year in Infosys. I have allocated to project on Ab Initio tool. That's why I'm
Okay,
taking this course.
okay. So like, you are having internal opportunity. That's very good. And moreover, that's ab initio. See, basically for ab initio, right? So only 3 plus 4 plus guys only will be recruited. Okay, so Lakshmi, for you also, you are having 5 plus, right? So you
Yes.
can go with the experience of 3 plus. You can mention last 3 years, 4 years I'm working under the ab initio. Your initial year, just mention your earlier language or your earlier tool. Okay,
Okay.
so Vishal is very lucky. So for 1 plus, he's got the opportunity to work in the ab initio. Okay, so something like that. So we need to know the requirements also, why you are here. Okay, so why, because so in a few classes what happened, like practically, so they're in the expectation support plus training. This is purely training, right? Training means how can you, so what is that, where to use that, how to use that, we will be discussing. Support means nothing but what we have discussed, that we need to apply to our tool, or like a code. That is time consuming process, right? Somebody will be coming to me and will coming to Raghu, so Anil is not taking care of this, why I will be taking care? That is support, right? So that will be charged separately in general in the market, right? This is training, means training only. If you're having any questions regarding Anil, so why decimal there, why not integer? Right? So if you guys ask me, if you guys ask me, Anil, why are going with the decimal in the place in the DML? Why are going with the decimal? Why not integer? Means, see that the explanation is, let me think, I'm having data something like 100.11. Okay, 100.11. If I go with the decimal transactions integer is also supported. Okay, so this 0.11 will not be applicable while calculations. It will ignore 0.11 values. That's why I have taken, even though serial number with the decimal, right? Even though that is integer, I have declared decimal only. There is no issue in the place of integer. If you mention decimal also, there is no issue, but in the place of decimal, if you mention integer, that's a issue. That's why decimal supports all kind of data. Go with decimal only. This kind of questions, let me know, there is no issue. Anil, in my level, right? In my level, so I'm using some other thing. That means that's a code development, right? So that is entirely different concept, right? That is the expectation. I'm setting the expectation here itself. Development means development only. I mean, training means development training only. Don't come back here, like Anil, this is the thing, that is totally production support. Like, so in that case, we cannot complete even 60-70 hours also. Okay, our training cannot be completed in 60-70 hours also. Okay, just understand the thing, and come back with me relevant questions, no problem. If you are not, so Anil, I want to know few more thing about this component, let me know, no problem. Even though I'm not aware, tell me that scenario, I can check with my internal, like my lead, maybe, right, my manager, right? So I can get back to you, no issue, because I am also learning the new point. If I am not aware of that point, right, even I've also be learning that new point, correct? I will be not feeling shy on that part. Okay, so if I want to learn, I will be learning, no issue. Okay, so once completion of our training, you will be having experience of around 3 to 4 years, not around, that will be surely 3 to 4 years. Okay, any questions, guys? Lakshmi, Vishal, Ganesh. Okay, we don't have any questions. So yeah, kindly request is click complete your enrollment ASAP. If the enrollment is done only, I will be getting your email IDs. Anil, these are the email IDs. Forward notes, forward GD. I mean software, forward installation steps, etc. Right? So that is the thing. Basically, on the third class or fourth class, right, I will be taking care of the installation steps, because few guys want to listen 1 or 2 classes, right? After that, mostly they will be understanding how relevant Anil is able to teaching that, right? That's why 1 or 2 class, that's fine. Today is already day one. You have gone through the demo already, correct? So let please complete enrollment ASAP so that we can start our session. Today is Thursday, right? So Friday means tomorrow, correct? So tomorrow also, like, we can have a session. So Monday, I need the confirm enrollments. I need a confirm enrollment so that I can forward all the notes, all the things, etc. Community software, VMware, notes, etc. Clear, guys? Any questions? Ganesh, Vishal, and Lakshmi. Anything new expectations? Let me know. Yeah. Any new expectation? Let me know. Let's be clear. Don't give negative feedback, because this was happened. This was happened to me, 1 or 2 students. So if I would have taken care in the demo itself, that would not happen, right? That's why I'm very clear on that, on this question. Let me know if any new requirements, so that we can discuss. Lakshmi, any question? You unmuted.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah, Lakshmi. No questions from your end?
No, I have no questions.
Okay, fine then, guys. Yeah, I think we are good for today. So I'm concluding the session for today. So today we have gone through the detailed input file, output file, how to create some data, how to extract the data, how to load the data, and moreover TML creation also. Right? Yeah. So I'm closing the session for today. Please complete your enrollment ASAP and have a good day. Thank you, guys. Tomorrow same time we can have our session. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank